Riz says Quigley might come back for one season to play with Sloot again. I mean, I think as a Chicago Sky fan, I think that would be a huge boost to the fandom. Now, if Allie Quigley returned, I'm telling you, I am telling you that the fans will go crazy. I would go crazy if Allie Quigley were to return back to the Chicago Sky. Like I would go because like yeah, I don't think some people realize how important and special Allie Quigley was to Chicago. It started in college. Like I was a big fan of Allie Quigley when she played for DePaul, right? She was literally the only reason I actually paid attention to DePaul. The only because like DePaul was not very good, right? They were not really like a real team that made national noise. But I was rocking with DePaul back in the day because of Allie Quigley. And then when she came to the W, I was worried about her longevity in the league. And she bounced around to some teams and she found her way to the Chicago Sky and she never left. She became our three-point assassin. She became the best three-point shooter in the WNBA. And if you and guys, I'm just saying, like if y'all are newer to the WNBA and y'all don't know who Allie Quigley is, go look her up. Like guys, like when we talk about three-point shooters in the WNBA, Allie Quigley is at the top of that list. At the top of the list. Automatic. Won a bunch of three-point contests. It was someone who came to the Chicago Sky, came off the bench, didn't play a ton of minutes, came in the game when we needed a bucket. We needed a bucket. We were down late in the game and whatnot. Who do you put in? You put in Allie Quigley because you know Allie Quigley is going to shoot them threes. She ultimately worked her way up into a starting spot for the Chicago Sky. And guys, if she returns, I'm telling you, fans will go wild. Again, not necessarily because Allie Quigley is likely going to be the exact same player as she used to be, right? You know, she probably would not be, right? It's more of a symbolic thing than anything. It's not like, oh, if Allie Quigley returns back to the WNBA and plays for the Chicago Sky. I'm not saying, no, the Chicago Sky will not be a contender because of that. No, but it is a symbolic thing that would be huge for the fan base. Huge, 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 huge for the fan base. And especially with Courtney Vandersloot returning, like, again, I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely that Allie Quigley is gonna come back and play. But if she did, fans would go wild. And I am one of those fans because I am a huge, huge fan of Allie Quigley. And I've been literally watching her career for forever, since college. I've been watching her career. So like, I hope she does, even if it's just to sign a 10-day contract and play one game for the Chicago Sky. So the Sky fans can really give her flowers. Even if it's just that, I'll be happy for it. Even if it's just a quick 10-day contract, bring Allie on. You know, she comes in the game, maybe drains a three or two, then goes to the bench to a standing ovation from the crowd. If that's it, I would love that. I would love that. Because I think Allie Quigley has done enough for Chicago to deserve that. So that's my thoughts there. You know, random rant about Allie Quigley. Again, guys, on this channel, you're going to get a lot of random history, a lot of random bits because I've literally been watching this thing for forever. So that's for better or worse, that's what you get on this channel. You get a lot of random knowledge and information about what happened back in the past. No notes, no nothing. It's just all in my head. All in my head. Also, I'm talking about the Chicago Sky right now. Guys, if y'all could look at the communities tab and check out my post. I was on the Curious City podcast talking about the Chicago Sky because, again, it seems like everybody knows me as a Chicago Sky fan. So I guess when they're like, hey, who do we talk to about the Chicago Sky? Let's talk to Quita, I guess. So anyway, I was on there talking about the Chicago Sky. The episode was around the worst years in Chicago sports history, right? And they went through like the Bears and the Blackhawks and the Cubs and all that stuff. They went through all the teams. And I was on like this small segment around the Chicago Sky in particular. And I talked about the Amber Stocks era. Now, raise your hand in the chat. Guys, raise your hand in the chat if you even know who Amber Stocks is. If you know who Amber Stocks is, put your hand up in the chat, because if you do, man, you kind of an OG fan right here. Amber Stocks, if y'all don't know, she was the coach and GM for the Chicago Sky for 2017 and 2018. And I consider those the dark era, the dark days of the Chicago Sky, because that was the time where Pokey Chapman, who was the head coach for LSU, ended up I believe she ended up going overseas for a little bit, ended up being the head coach for the Chicago Sky. Pokey Chapman ended up leaving the Chicago Sky. I think she got fired in 2017 after the 2016 season, I should say. And then the Chicago Sky hired Amber Stocks, who was an assistant coach with the LA Sparks. She was an assistant coach with LA Sparks. She ended up getting hired as the head coach and GM of the Chicago Sky in 2017. That was also the year that Elena Delle Donne, this is why I'm mentioning it, because we were just talking about Elena Delle Donne. Elena Delle Donne ended up leaving the Chicago Sky. She demanded a trade. She was like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. And then she requested a trade. We ended up getting Clea Copper, Steph Dolson, and some other stuff. We ended up sending over there to the Washington Mystics, Elena Delle Donne, and some stuff. And then the Chicago Sky was trash. I believe we made it to the semifinals the year before. Ended up losing to the LA Sparks, who won the championship in 2016. And the Chicago Sky was trash for 2017 and 2018. It was a dark days, guys. I really don't believe that Amber Stocks was prepared to take on the GM and head coach role for the Chicago Sky. Ultimately, it was a bust of a 2 years for the Chicago Sky. They were just not good. Then the Chicago Sky ended up hiring James Wade to be the head coach and general manager in 2019. And we won a championship in 2021. So yeah, that's a quick history of the Chicago Sky. Not really history, but like I consider the 2017 and 2018 the dark time. They are the dark time for the Chicago Sky. But yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts there. All right. So, let's see what y'all got to say in the comments. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant. Oh, Zah says 2017-18 season is when I started watching the Sky consistently. Oh, that's cool. All right. Zah says we wasn't that bad in 2018. We were. Zah, we're comparing it to what the Chicago Sky was doing. In 2016, the Sky were good. 2017, down. 2018, still not good. 2019, we started to get better, right? We won 13 games in 2018, guys. The Sky won 13 games in 2018. I would consider it wasn't very good. 2019, when we hired James Wade and he was the GM and head coach, we got better. He got some good signings in. We got better. Ended up winning 20 games in 2019, and it went up and up and up, culminating with that 2021 WNBA championship. Now, guys, again, the reason why I'm even talking about this because I want to send y'all over. Listen to the Curiosity podcast. I put a link to it in the communities tab. So make sure to check that out because y'all can listen to me talk about the Amber Stocks days for the Chicago Sky.